This is Dr. Vidya M. Jirke, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Government First Aid College, Khanapur, affiliated to Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi. Today we are going to discuss about banking operations in 21st century. The topics covered under this are Introduction to Banking, Traditional Banking System, Modern Banking System, NEFT, RTGS and IMPS, NPCI, that is National Payments Corporation of India. First we will see the changing nature of banking operations. Money economy existed in the ancient Vedic times. Money lending for business purposes is found in the Manusmriti. Vaishyas emerged as a class of indigenous bankers and hundi emerged as the earliest form of bill of exchange in India. Banking operations gradually transcended from individuals to groups and later on companies. So now we can see the definition of banking. The Banking Companies Act 1949 defines banking company as a company which transacts the business of banking in India. It defines banking as accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit money from the public, repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawable by check, draft, order, or otherwise. The simple meaning is banking can be defined as the business activity of accepting and safeguarding money owned by other individuals and entities and then lending out this money in order to earn a profit. So what we mean by bank? A bank is a service sector. It is a financial institution that serves as a financial intermediary. Functions of bank are known as banking. Banks sell their services to earn money. But how they will earn money? The earning is called as spread. The interest that a bank earns from loans is greater than the interest it pays on deposits. It generates income from the interest rate spread. The size of this spread is a major determinant of the profit generated by a bank. Banking is a unique business. It is a financial intermediary for the safeguarding, transferring, exchanging, or lending of money. An intermediary is a facilitator acting between parties. Banks facilitate the flow of money throughout our economy. The traditional functions of a bank are usually the primary functions and secondary functions. Some of them are accepting deposits, granting loans, keeping valuables in a safe custody, limited services, limited use of technology, agency functions, and safety. Traditionally, banking was viewed as a solid and slow moving industry, but the today's banking is an exciting, fast moving, around the clock, around the world activity. So it is called as modern banking. Modern banking is the term basically used for e-banking, suggesting that banking no longer follows the old traditional way but the new modern techno way. E-banking has two parts: internet banking and banking through other electronic modes such as ATM, mobile banking, and etc. So, what makes the difference between traditional banking and internet banking or e-banking? Some of the differences: global coverage. Traditional banking provides limited coverage, whereas e-banking provides global coverage. By sitting any corner of the world, we can make banking transactions. Marketing tool. Traditional banking does not provide proper marketing tool, whereas e-banking can provide the facility of marketing of products, schemes on online easily. Prompt services. In traditional banking, it takes a longer period, it requires more time, the process is more, and prompt service is not possible in traditional banking. Whereas in e banking, we can see a prompt service, a quick service, no need to stand in a longer queues. Reduction of errors and frauds. Traditional banking practices do not provide a complete check on banking transactions, whereas e banking, with a system of reconciliation and inter branch transactions, frauds and errors could be reduced. Paperwork. In traditional banking, there is more paperwork, cost would be more, and it is a time consuming. Whereas e banking, cost and time could be reduced and less paperwork. Risk of carrying cash. In case of traditional banking, person has to carry cash at each point of time, whereas in case of e-banking, without carrying cash as a plastic money, they can make their transactions through ATM or internet banking or mobile banking. So these are somehow the differences between traditional banking and e-banking. It has converted the modern generation towards no cash, go digital. So we can see the main parts like RTGS, NEFT and IMPS. RTGS means real time gross settlement. NEFT means National Electronic Funds Transfer. IMPS means immediate payment service. These three help us to transfer the funds from one bank to another bank to make the payment. What are the differences between the NEFT, RTGS and IMPS? The first one is the minimum transfer value. In case of the NEFT and IMPS, from rupees 1 as a minimum value, we can transfer the money. But in case of RTGS, the minimum transfer value is rupees 2 lakh. Payment options. In case of NEFT and RTGS, we can make the payment online or offline. But in case of IMPS, compulsorily it is online. Maximum transfer value. In case of NEFT and RTGS, there is no maximum transfer value. Any n number of amount you can transfer. But in case of IMPS, the transfer value is restricted towards rupees 2 lakh. Settlement type. In case of NEFT, half an hour is required to settle. But whereas RTGS and IMPS, immediately the settlement is done. Service timing. In case of NEFT and RTGS, it is provided its services under the working hours of the bank. But whereas IMPS 24 hours, that is other than the banking hours also we can avail the IMPS services. Inward transaction charges. No charges in case of NEFT and RTGS. But whereas in case of IMPS, it is decided by the individual members, banks. So these are somehow the differences between NEFT, RTGS and IMPS. So this is somehow the initiation taken by the State Bank of India. It has introduced its new product YONO. YONO means you only need one. Without the ATM card, we can withdraw the money, we can transfer the fund, we can check the balance of our account. And provided we must upload it, the app of YONO. So the main part is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. So it is an initiative of the Reserve Bank of India and Indian Banks Association. It is an umbrella organization for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India. It was established in 2008. It is a non-profitable organization. It is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013 and it is regulated by RBI. Some of the products of NPCI. One by one we will see that. So the first one is Bheem. The introduction of the concept of UPI, an app named Bharat Interface for Money, that is Bheem, was launched to make payments simpler and easier. Instant bank to bank payments can be made using a mobile number or virtual payment address. The next part is Bharat Bill Pay. It is a system conceptualized by the RBI and driven by NPCI. It is a one-stop shop for all bills payments such as mutual funds, insurance, premium, school fees, telecom, electricity, DTH, gas, water, and much more. It provides an accessible service to across India. The system is reliable and safe for usage. Payment is done through payment channels like internet, internet banking, mobile banking. The next part is Bharat QR. Basically, a QR code is a series of black square arranged in a square grid that can be read by a camera. When a merchant displays a BQR code, the user can scan the code via BQR enabled mobile banking app and make the payment using a card linked account. RuPay. RuPay is a new card payment system launched to satisfy RBI's vision to offer a domestic, open loop and the multilateral system. This made it easier for the Indian banks and financial institutions to implement electronic payments. The term RuPay is combination of rupee and payment. The RuPay contactless offers the unique propositions of one card for all payments. This card can be used for the transit payments like bus, metro, cab, etc., toll, parking, small value, offline retail payments as well as normal day-to-day payments. IMPS. IMPS provides robust and real-time fund transfer which offers an instant 24 into 7 interbank electronic fund transfer service that could be accessed on multiple channels like mobile, internet, ATM, SMS, branch and USSD. IMPS is an emphatic service which allow transferring of funds instantly within banks across India, which is not only safe but also economical. NACH. The National Payment Corporation of India has implemented National Automated Clearing House for banks, financial institutions, corporate and government, a web-based solution to facilitate interbank high-value electronic transactions which are repetitive and periodic in nature. NACH system can be used for making bulk transactions towards distribution of subsidies, dividends, interest, salary, pension, etc. and also for bulk transactions towards collection of payments pertaining to telephone, electricity, water, loans, investments in mutual funds, insurance premiums, etc. CTS. CTS means check truncation system. Facilitates extended cutoff time to accept customer checks by banks and reduces timelines for clearing. CTS has also eliminated the cost involved in the paper movement. It uses the digital signature encryption methods to prevent manipulation of data, image during UPI, Unified Payments Interface. It is a system that makes multiple bank accounts to be accessed from a single mobile application. Users can make instant money transfers through mobile devices round the clock, any day of the year. The technology also features peer to peer collect request service with a scheduling facility. Bhim Aadhaar Pay. It enables merchants to receive digital payments from customers over the counter through Aadhaar authentication. It allows for any merchant associated with any acquiring bank live on Bhim Aadhaar Pay to accept payment from customer or any bank by authenticating customers' biometrics. To be able to effect the same, merchant should have an Android mobile with a Bhim Aadhaar app and certified biometric scanner attached with the mobile phone on USB portal or micro ATM. Both customer and merchant should have their Aadhaar linked to their bank accounts. So these are somehow the products of NPCI. There are many demerits in online banking. One has to be more careful, alert while making the online transactions. A small mistake will cost us more. Beside that, there is benefits of digital payments. It is convenience of use anytime, anywhere, any mode of the payment can be done. Secure transactions. It facilitates financial inclusion, incentives, cashback, offers and promotional schemes on digital payments can be done. No fear of losing cash or getting fake currency. No need to handle cash. Cashless transaction helps economic development. By this, it can be lead rural economic development also. Thank you.